Hello, everybody. I'm back. I'm going to show you some more progress that I'm working on in my game. And yeah, if you've seen the title, I do want to try to add this new monster and maybe try to work on my UI consistency, maybe like buttons and background frames and just the overall UI style. Um, so let me go in, show you that, as you know, one of the reasons why I did start to, well, if you don't know, create my first video game is because for years I have been going to Unreal Engine's Unreal Marketplace, and if you go into their Unreal Marketplace is now called fab.com, but and they've integrated it really well into the Unreal Engine. So all you have to do is just go into the Windows tab and click on fab.com. But yeah, a lot of they do have a lot like monthly, a lot of free asset packs and free content um, just for the month. But if you don't pick it up in that month, then you're gonna have to pay for the packs. But yeah, for years I've been just downloading stuff for free. I mean, getting them for free. Just every month, there's something new that they put up on for free. So one of the monsters I got, one of the assets, is if you go into characters, and if I go into my own library, I head down. So just a couple of days ago, I got this artist. He put it up for free, and so you just go in and you click on show free products. So he has a couple of products for free, like this demon here. So this would be good too. Let's see if I can add this. This says free, and just I don't want to add to my project. I just want to add to my library so that I can maybe incorporate it into my game next time. But yeah, so this one is listed under free. So I went and I added it to my project. It's about a 1 GB download, I think. So I already did that a couple of days ago. And now I'm going to try to add it to my actual. I mean, I did add it to my project, but I'm going to try to integrate it into my game through the blueprint system. But in order to do that, so as you can see, I already do have two monsters, the Beast and the Hollow. And so now I want to try to create a master monster blueprint so that I don't have to keep changing things in each of them. I can just change the one master monster blueprint and it should update for all the monsters. And this way I can add hundreds of monsters. The whole idea is everything is supposed to be random, like the maps, the rifts. And hopefully someday I'll give users the ability to add their own rifts to the game, and so that not only rifts but monsters as well, so that they can you know so that the game is more replayable that way. So not only do I provide like default rifts to go through, um, I have some default monsters. Again, these monsters came from the Unreal Engine's um, projects, and they put it up for free. The Paragon project, which is like a 3D MOBA. So anyhow, so those monsters, those characters, I guess, sort of rebranded them as monsters in my game. So this one here is Sevarog. Where is my viewport, guys? Where is it? How do I get the viewport back? Huh. This is interesting. Okay. So this is Sevarog. I rebranded as the Hollow in my game as a monster, sort of a playable hero in their previous game. And this one is, I think, Grux, and I rebranded it as the Beast in my game. Alright, so this one is, I'm going to call it the Whisper. So Lex already named it Whisper, so I just decided, okay, I'll just call it the Whisper. And so there is lore in my game. Some monsters are created, corrupted by the Eldritch Spiral. Not the Eldritch Spiral, but the Eldritch Void. And they become monsters. Whereas monsters like these are just void born. So they were created, they were not corrupted from our universe and then made into monsters. They were just already, monsters from the void, period. And so, I don't know, maybe the Whisper is going to be a monster from the void, so a void born, or just a human who was corrupted by the void, the Eldritch Void, and so is a void corrupted. So there's two types of monsters: the void born, and then the void corrupted. So monsters that already came from the Eldritch Void are void born, and then monsters that were corrupted by the Eldritch Void, that started off as like humans or even dinosaurs or trees from our universe, that were corrupted by the Eldritch Void, are void corrupted monsters. Anyhow, so I want to create this here blueprint file, master monster. I simply just took the Hollow and duplicated it and renamed it the master monster. So now I'm going to go in and try to see if I can add some things to this a little bit. Because right now, even on fail, the monster is going to wait for a bit, like 5 seconds, and then all the way down here, go back to roaming. So what I want to do is, when the monster sees the seeker right here, they're going to check if they are in constant chasing mode. No. So this is just regular roam right now. I don't want to do, because constant chasing works. If I click on it, let me go down. Constant chasing works perfectly fine now. I have it the way that I want it to work. If on success they can attack, and they're not attacking, then they can actually attack. So when the monster, after a constant chase, gets in range of the seeker, then they can attack, right? And it goes to the attack custom event. But if they can't reach the seeker, then it's just going to wait for a couple split second and go back to chasing them with their actual wherever they are in the world, right? So that one works perfectly fine. But now I want to add a little bit more to the default roaming chase, and that is, if they are not constant chasing and they're just regular roaming and they see the seeker for the first time, then they will head to the seeker right here, the target actor, the pawn, and if it succeeds, then if they succeed, right here on success, then they can attack the seeker. But if it fails, then it goes here to roam again, which after like no delay. Apparently, I have this in here with no delay. And they go back to just regular walking. So with this logic is very it's funny because if they fail to reach the seeker because the seeker hides or whatever or runs away, the monster immediately completely forgets about the seeker and starts roaming as if they never seen the seeker. So I don't want to do that. I want to actually have the monster save their location where they last saw the seeker, and then on fail, if they cannot reach the seeker, then go ahead and move to the last known location of the seeker. So in order to do that, I think I want to create I don't know if I want that actually. So let me do this. I'm going to try to undo that variable and see if I can promote this one to a variable and call this one last known location. And let me see. Alright. That's the last known location. But I don't want to. I don't want it there. I have to actually get character. Is this a thing? I don't know. Get last update location, character movement. Get last update location. Oh, but that's not for this monster. That's for the, I mean, that's not for the player monster. It's for the, let me see, does that work? No, it doesn't, unfortunately. Let me see, can I do get pawn? Get player pawn. Returns the pawn for the player controller. And then get location. Get actor location. And set it here. Let me get it from there actually. So in fact I didn't need the get player pawn because the player pawn's right here already. Anyhow, get that player pawn's location whenever it was sensed, whenever the monster seen it. And then let me get rid of these extra nodes. And then see if I can duplicate this. Add this to the destination. I don't know if it's going to work this way. And then on fail, instead of going back to just roaming, it's going to go to the last known location of the seeker. Like this. Dun, dun, dun. And hopefully that's a little bit better UI. I mean, monster immersion. So let me see. Now what to do after this. After they move to the location, on success, on fail, do they go back? Dun, dun, dun. Let me see if I can just call it, create one called investigate. The seeker's last known location. And let me see, pawn. what is the what is this? Pawn object reference, I guess. So let me see, pawn object reference. And is that okay? Pawn object reference. And do that. And we do that like this. Then on fail, we just call investigate. Oops. Like this. We don't need that one. And on, I guess, on on success, you can attack. Let me duplicate. do do do. Don't know if I want to put target there because destination's already going to be there. So break it. So instead of attack, simply if you get there, then you see yeah, what if he gets to okay, yeah, on success we do want to just say attack the player, the seeker, and right, and then do all of that logic, which is to do once, play the animation of attack, play this attack sound, shake the camera, and then end the game and record the time, the end time, then show the fail screen, and then show create the fail screen and show it to the UI, show it to the, and then set the character attack, set the game to paused, and then set the game to input mode UI only. All right. So there's that. What else? So on fail, then just go ahead and investigate again. Investigate. Whoops, I really cannot spell. Again, investigate. And then when none of these succeed, so if they did not succeed and they actually failed when they got there, the move to fails, then simply, yes, go back to doing all of this. Go back to regular roaming. Duplicate. Let me see. Change their walk speed, their run speed to walk, and then just go back to roaming. If none of these, okay, so if the monster did not succeed in catching the seeker at this last known location, if it fails, then go ahead and investigate their last location again. I don't know if that's gonna work correctly. Do. We need a target self, investigate, and we need a seeker. Like that. Dun, dun, dun. I don't know if I want to. Okay, on fail. No, don't do on fail. Just go back to roaming. Let's go like this. What is that? Duration. Okay, so do not investigate after the first time. Just go back to roaming. And then the roam will, if they find a monster again, they'll sense it and it'll change the logic. If they go back to roaming, they'll just continuously roam until they sense the seeker again. So let me move this down like that. Then move this over like that. And let me move this over like that. Move this up here somewhere. Okay, so this is investigate. This is in the master monster. So that is investigate. If they first sense the seeker, the monster first senses the seeker, and they successfully catch the seeker, then attack it. But if they fail when they get to the seeker, or the location where the seeker was, investigate that area. And if it fails after you investigate and it fails again once they get to that new location, then and it fails again, go up here and just go back to roaming. But if they do get to investigate and the seeker's still there and they find the seeker, then on success, attack the seeker. Otherwise, if it's neither success or fail, just continue to go back to roaming like that. And that's it. You don't have to keep investigating a million times. So just go back to roaming, which is, again, another completely forget about the seeker until they see the seeker again. So let me see. I'm going to do that and see. On fail, go to investigate. Anywhere else do I need to add? Okay, when they hear the seeker, do the same thing. Investigate. If they cannot find the seeker. Once they get there, go ahead and just investigate it. Okay. You also need this pawn. The instigator of that sound. All right. What now? Okay, so I go back and suppose I could copy. Do I? Last known location was the destination. Let me create a last known location for these. Don't know if I need it in here, but I'm going to put it in there anyways. Promote to last known location. About that. And last known location. Promote to variable. Last known location. I can delete that and make that public and editable on each instance of this blueprint. Okay. Alright. Then I can go back and save this. Copy this. And paste it into here. Paste it into here. And on fail, I can investigate with the pawn, and on fail here I can investigate with the instigator, and yeah, then it goes there. Whoops, I don't want this connected, and I don't want this connected. So let's move this back here. That's for that monster. And did I do that for this monster? No. So investigate here. Instigator is the seeker. Oops. Get rid of this link. On seeing the seeker, investigate. If you cannot, oops. Investigate. And if you, there we go. Delete this link. Alright. Let's see, save that. And then I compile this and save. I'm doing that right now. And now let's go back. Make a child blueprint. Call this one BP the Whisper. And see if this works. Of course, we have to change this. We have to change their animation, but we also have to change the skeletal mesh asset. So again, I already have this downloaded. I downloaded this monster a couple days ago called the Whisper right here. So I need the skeletal mesh. Close these. So that was the Whisper there that I downloaded. Let me see if I can. Wonder if I should change the name. I should have changed the name. Oh no, let me see. Let me try it right now. If I change the name here, it should change the name there. Let me see. Rename. Monster camera. Monster audio. Yikes. What did I... Okay. I'm going to call it again. Rename it. Monster Wind audio. Anything else? Bond sensing. Now let's see if it changed it there. Monster and monster camera and monster audio. Yay, it did. Okay. Alright, so I go ahead and select this skeletal mesh. Go back to the whisper and go ahead and click on this. Alright, so it changes it and it looks like the face and stuff is about the same. So I don't need to rotate it or change the scale. It just looks like it is gonna fit perfectly. Wow. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. Except another thing is, this is using the old monsters animation, which I use animation asset. I don't know if this is going to work, so I have to go back here. Sound from the monster. Don't want that sound. I want the like footsteps maybe. Okay, never mind. I don't want to change that right now. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, that's because I need to go up here. Use animation blueprint or use animation asset? I don't know. Actually, let me look at the beast and the hollow. What did I do for those? For animation, I used animation blueprint. And for the hollow, I used animation asset. But for now, I will just use the animation walk forward for the whisper animations. Let me see. It's got idle, taking damage. Here's one of the walks. Okay, that looks cool. There is another walk. Okay, that looks cool. This is a walk back, walk left, and walk right. Maybe I'll just use a regular. Maybe I'll use this one. It's called Animation Whisper Walk 2. So let me... It's already selected. Go back into the whisper and change its animation to play to Animation Whisper Walk 2. What in the heck? How come it looks... What? Okay, I'm going to have to change this camera then, because I don't know what happened. Let me see. Go back to the whisper. Go back to edit. Oh, I see. It was definitely stretched to match the... Okay, so don't want to do that. I just want to give it the whisper there. So select this, go back to the whisper and select that. Alright, that looks better. Then we can go ahead and change the monster camera, move the monster camera down. This. That seems about right. Okay, that's fine. Compile that. Save that. This audio, I don't know, I'm just gonna pick something else. Don't need to. Let me see. Where's my audio folder? That's a roar. No, these are roars. Okay, that's for the hollow. Just go ahead and it's the hollow. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, maybe just make something like this for the whisper. No. Just give it some kind of, give the monster some kind of, give them some kind of a background noise. When they are near. Don't need any of these. I guess this one. Alright, I'll just use this one. This is a sound wave. Let's see. I don't know which one I actually use. I actually have to go to the hollow, go to their sound effects. I used the one called AMB Drone Beneath, edited to Q. So, not this Q. I went to, what's the difference? This one is edited, this one is edited too. Alright, so let me duplicate this one and call it drone, not beneath, but AC, edited to Q. And then I'm going to give it the sound effect of the the drone AC. So, drone AC right there. So whenever the monster, the whisper is nearby, this sound is gonna play. So we'll try that. Stop that. Go back to the whisper and go back to that file, select it, and then click this. So now the monster should now play that sound whenever they're nearby. Alright. So we got that. Let me look now into this here monster spawner. Oh, look, okay, got the monster right there. Now, it's not showing up as the hollow anymore, so that's good. What is this camera shake? Maybe do I need to change anything in here? No, this is just for the camera shake whenever they catch the seeker. So close that, close that, close that. So it's the whisper. This is low poly model of the character whisper, suitable for games of different genres, RPG, strategy, first-person shooter, etc. For any questions, please write to email lixprim gmail. Video of the whisper. So this comes with a 4K down to 1K materials and textures. Oh, that reminds me. Materials and textures. Do I need to change that? I mean, it looks like it already has the textures. So I don't know if I need to add. Oh, wait. Let's go up here. I don't know if I need to whisper body. It looks like it is right here already. Let me go in here. Whisper materials. Yeah, that's the only texture. I mean, material. Let me go ahead and make an instance of it. Body instance. Save. Save all. And did I select it? Yes. And just use the instance instead. Let's compile that. Okay, so don't know. Let me see the whisper. Now, let me go back to the monster folder. So CS Monster Roar, it works for any of the monsters, but now I need the monster spawner. So originally my code is just simply only 2 monsters, so it's either true or false. Just get a random boolean, and if it's true, spawn the beast. If the boolean comes up false, randomly becomes gives us false, then spawn the hollow. But in this case, now I have a third monster. Say duplicate, move that there, change its color to orange-ish. This, actually not orange, because look at this, the beast is already orange. So let me change this one to bum 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 yellow or gold, whatever. Alright, so the whisper is now yellow, and I call BP the whisper. I call BP the whisper. So now that's the whisper. Then I just hook this into the transform. It picks a random monster spawner. So like any of these target points right here is going to be a monster spawner. So let me see. Get all actors of monster spawn target points. Let me see if I can go in there and select one of these. So it's in here. I don't know where it is. So right there, I made a tag called monster spawner, so that whenever I gotta spawn the monster on the monster spawner blueprint, I just tag get all actors with the tag monster spawner, which is all of these location target point 1, target point 2. These are areas where the monster is going to spawn. Target point 3. This is just for testing right now, but I'm going to change these target points later to more other places other than these, just random in the middle of a hallway type of spawning point for the monsters. So instead of the 2, now I have 3. So I need to change the logic to, I guess, switch on int and just keep adding hundreds of these pins. So the beast can be 0, the hollow can be 1, and the whisper can be that. And then we just say random integer. I don't know if random, just a no, it cannot be a random integer. It has to be within the range of 0 to 2. So let's create a random integer in range of 0 to 2. So 0, 1, and 2. And then this will pick it now, not the this boolean. So this random boolean. So now we just do this, and we can delete these and move these something like this and like that. And something like that. Not too important, but just move this over. Move this over. File and save. So it'll just randomly spawn a different monster each time. Can I put execute pins on these? I think it should be fine. What else? Get actor location. Tell me which monster spawned. It's the beast, which is orange, the hollow, which is purple, or the whisper, which is yellow. Always spawn, ignore collisions. Okay, and make sure the whisper is, let me compile. Is it me or is the whisper tiny? So I need to change this. See, go to the, never mind. Okay, that's fine. I mean, I could scale the whisper up a little bit, but I don't know if I want to. Where is the... I don't know if I want to scale it up. Where is the collision? It looks like this monster is bigger than the collision. I don't know why. But what about the hollow? Looks like the collision fits. I don't know why the beast is so much more bigger than the collision capsule. Interesting. And the whisper on the other end is really, really tiny. I guess we'll see how tiny the whisper is. And also, unfortunately, the whisper doesn't have any kind of sounds other than, you know, let me see, is there anything in the construction script? No. So the whisper parent construction script, okay, fine. Other than that, the whisper is tiny compared to the other monsters. Don't think I want. I just want to change it in right now. 1.5. It doesn't need to be that big. 1.2. Okay, maybe that size is okay, but we'll see in the actual game. Let me test. Don't want that monster. That was hollow. I want. Okay, let's see. This is. Oh, and he's close by too. So let's see how. Oh, he's giant. It's freaky with no material on him. Which I thought there was material on this monster. I think I need to adjust the animation. Isn't he in here somewhere? Oh, the material is on us. Oh! Oh, darn it. I didn't think he was going to turn around. So because it's a fail, you only get 1 rem. Let me just do some calculation real quick. See, yeah, I already know. I've tested this. This should be working fine. So 22 fails divided by 47. 46.8. That's correct. 46.8. Let me see now. 25 divided by 47. 53.2. Okay, perfect. And I was in there for only 1 minute. And it added to my total time. Alright. Okay, so clear this calculator. exit. So let me go back. I need a way to change their roar, because right now it's using the default. Which in this case is the hollow roar. What is this? This is swing 1 medium. I really don't know how to change these. Not sure how it works. Let me see. Can I call the attack? On begin, play, attack. Dun, dun, dun. I don't know how to. Parent begin play, but then when you attack, I really don't know if it's going to use this attack or what. Well, I'm just going to leave it. So I'll figure out how to change that. Let me see. What kind of sounds are there? The whisper, I don't think it came with any sounds. It's got animation. Maps. Just got materials and textures. That's about it. No, didn't come with sound effects. Also, I think I do need to create an animation blueprint, I think. Because after the whisper attacked, it shrunk. So, I think I may need to actually create an animation blueprint. Use animation blueprint. Let me see if I open this. And I open this up. There is animation graph, ground locomotion, ground loco, idle base, is set to this idle animation and this upper body layer and foot IK. I wonder if I want to do it this way and duplicate it, but just change their animations and stuff like that. Click on that. Default animation graph node. They have bindings in this one. What about the hollow? The hollow is simply just an animation. It's not an animation blueprint. Well, guess I can add all of this stuff later after I figure out how to change all of that. Okay, so the monster works fine. The monster loading in randomly works fine. Looks like attack works fine. Roaming works fine. Let me see something else. If I don't want to test this map. Let me go back to this map and go ahead and recast, rebuild. Save, and we're going to go here and we're going to see if the monster loads. The whisper loads. The whisper. Nope, that's the hollow. Let's see which monster we get here. I want to test the hollow. I mean, not the hollow, the whisper. Okay, that's the beast. So the beast randomly spawned. It's just waiting for the monster. Okay, there's the whisper. The whisper is not nearby. I keep forgetting to make these flashlights bigger. I don't need to pick them up. Let's see. Do they make a noise? Yeah, I heard the whisper roar. Let me see. So I hear the whisper. Their droning sound. Don't know where he is. Oh shoot, where is he? Oh my gosh. He's not moving. Oh, okay. He attacks. He should have a walking animation, but he wasn't walking at all. Not sure. I'm gonna have to fix all of that. Again, because it's a fail, you only get one rem. And it looks like they updated. It was 22, changed to 23. Now the total is 48. I also want to add the name of the rift here. I'm gonna have to figure out that. So it'll be rift colon and the name. So that one that we were just in was the abandoned or the derelict spaceship. So it should say rift derelict spaceship. So I'm done for now on the whisper. Let me go ahead and work on that. Rift remnants, just to add the, oh, you know what I forgot? Oh, darn it. I forgot. I wanted to update you guys on the key binding system. Obviously, I fixed it because my mouse is working fine. But, because I simply just took the old IMC mapping file. So let me go into it, actually. Let me see if I can stop this. Go into the IMC. Okay, so I just took an old one and replaced it with a new one. And then I got rid of the move, because I'm not using that. And then I just found out that my logic was breaking the IMC mapping. It was mapping new keys and input to the input action. So you don't want that. So anyhow, let me show you this. This one had a negate modifier and on the y-axis. So every time I move the mouse forward, instead of looking up, it would look down. And then when I would move the mouse backward, instead of looking down, it would look up. So that was disorienting, and it totally confused me. So I set it back to this, and I found out that it's because apparently in the industry, you don't want to ever change this. Just leave it alone. Maybe you want to just change the inversion. Like some people, they are comfortable with the mouse looking down when they move up or something like that. So you can have this change to that. But other than that, with these sort of analog inputs, you don't want to change it. And the only other thing I did was added the move forward, move backward, move right, and move left. So instead of just IA move, which did everything forward, backward, left, and right, I deleted it and created this. And then I went into the actual characters blueprint. The seeker's blueprint, and went to their event graph and just disconnected the IA move since I'm not using that move. So this is all disconnected, and then I just connected the moves that I created, which is move forward on the Y, move backward on the Y, give it a negative number, move left on the X, give it a negative number, and then move right on the X, leave it as right vector, which is a positive number. So with the IMC mapping, that's how I fixed the keybind. Not the key bindings, but the look. Because again, it was inverted look, and it was throwing me off. So going back. For now, I'm done with the Whisper, the Beast, the Hollow, and the Master Monster. And not using that, but let me go ahead and open up the remnant screen. This is the data statistics screen after each match, and then the actual, what else? Anything? Oh, control screen. This is the one where I change the, have the seeker customize their keys so that these are the default. But if they don't like to use Q and E and they like to use WASD, then they can switch it however they like. But for now, on the remnants, I do want to add the a new one. Let me see. I'll call it. Duplicate. Call this just Rift. Oops. It's not doing anything. Let me rename it. Where do I need? Here. Rift. And don't need this to be. Let's see. Is this good like that? Like that. There. Move it over. Keep moving. Move, move, move. Okay. Just move it back here a bit. Alright. And then. What is this? Oh, okay. So instead of display total rifts, display. Move this down. Rift. Display Rift. So I got Rift and Display Rift. Just move that up here. Make sure everything is, they're anchored to the center. Okay. So, I guess I could just make it bigger depending on what the name, the length of the name. Make sure it is aligned to the right. And now let me go to the graph. And it is there. Nice. So let me go ahead and create another pin and just say set text. Where is the set text? Okay. Make sure it's the display Rift. And I need the how did I do it? Did I just create it? Alright, so let me go ahead and just duplicate this then. Just call this just Rift. Like that. What is the default? Doesn't have a default. Display Rift. Don't know if I needed to do that, but I did it. So let me go back up here. Rift, Rift, success count, success rate, fail count, fail rate, REMS, total REMS. Try again, main menu, restart, quit, and reset. Okay. Reset. Compile, save. So I guess Rift is here, and in here, guess I'll just connect it. And it should. But now I need to open Blueprint controller. And let's see. Oh, you can hear the kitten. They're gonna feed the kitten. I don't need to. The kitten usually meows when they want to eat. So, but they'll come back and they'll feed the kitten. So I don't need to feed the kitten. I never feed the kitten because the kitten's already getting fat. They feed it. I don't need to feed it. Alright, so I think I need to create another one called, not sure how to do this. Okay, so at the beginning, when you save the game, you save the text, the name of the rift. So there's a rift here. So I guess I want to text. Let's call this rift just after total rifts. Move this to the save data references. Right. So it's just like that. Save that, compile, save that as. But how do I set this? I mean, I can obviously I set it up here. Set rift but I need to grab this from somewhere. Also, let me see, save data, can open the stat save, create one, called rift, text, compile. So there's that one there. Oops, where? Alright, so there's that one. And then this one we call stats save. And then I can call get rift from BP stats save. Oh, I don't want to get it. I want to set it. Set rift. Let me just make sure I'm picking the right one. No, I don't want to set it from here. I want to set it from the stat save. There we go. Duplicate. Right. So I want to set this one from the one in here. Okay. So, oops. So from the one in here, I want to set that save stat. Make sure it comes from the stat save file and save it there. And but first, I need to actually I need a way to set this. Bum, bum, bum. How do I set this here? Good question. I need to grab the rift from I do not know where I grabbed the rift from. Dun, 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 dun. Get up here somewhere. Apparently I don't use level blueprints, so that's not where I grab it from. Bum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Oh. Oh gosh, where do I grab it from? Do I grab it? I guess I grab it from the main menu. Blueprint. Is that where I get this from? Add use vector locations to the occupied array. No, 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 not this. I really don't remember. I don't remember where I said it. Okay, so I think okay, there's a couple places, I think. Couple places that I said it, and that is in the UI. So in the pause menu and the main menu. So in the main menu, get the graph. All right, here is where I set it. But also in the pause menu, here when you click on New Game, that's also where I set everything. So if we look at levels, we get the name of the map, and that is the rift. Each map is a rift. Okay, so I don't need, what is this, main hall? Don't need this one, or I'm C-mapping right now. So in the pause menu, when you click on New Game, you get the new rift. So return level. I am just going to say that if we get this level, is a string. I'm going to have to do logic here because I don't think I can call the pause menu so if this is a string, a random array of strings, I need to convert whatever randomly came out of that no, I don't need to do that. So whatever came out of that, do if logic of liminal vertigo see if equals apparently you can't do that. You have to use, I forget what the one you have to use. Let me go back to, is it here? No, I think it's in the actual, okay, I forget. There is one that you can use. I think this is it. It matches a wildcard. I'm not sure if you could use anything else. So if there's a store string and it matches what you type in, then do this branch. Do this. So if my source string chosen player start. So matches wildcard. So let me go back. What is this? Main menu. Let's move this one down. Just put it up here like that. Move this up a little bit. Okay, so I can give myself some space to matches wildcard. If it matches, copy, paste, branch. If true, looks like I'm gonna have to have oh no, I don't need variables. I can just cast to BP player controller get player controller and set rift to, I'm going to name it the first map, which is this one, is the derelict spaceship. But I don't think I want to do all of this here. Shoot. Darn it. I know what. I'm going to create a go back to BP player controller in here. Create another custom event called um, get Rift name in here. Do I need an input? Like a text input? Before I open the level, let me just not save, but run the check first. So, move this over. Let's move that over. Open level name. Branch. No. Open the level. You can do this very last. At the very last. So that you don't have to mess with branch stuff. In fact, is there a way I can I'm going to pass the string, create Rift name like this, compile that, set the Rift name here, pass dun dun dun, Jesus Christ. Set the ref name here. Darn it. I do need all of this. Call this, because I don't have any reference to the player controller. I'm going to create a new one called string. So this is kind of like start time and end time. It's just to calculate the actual variables, so I don't need to actually create it in here. I only want to create the variables that I want to save and put it in here, but the ones that I need for adding, subtracting, or converting things, I'll just add it in the controller. So in ref name, get ref name, we get this string, because it should have been set in here. And in here. So again, let me see. Rift name string. Rift name string. This one is, if you get a random rift, 0 is liminal vertical 0, 1. Set it. Move these over since they're not connected. Does any of this need? Open level the main menu. Right. So after this, we can set we can't just set it though, we have to we have to set it so when it's first called, when this main menu is first called, we have to set the player controller. Get the player controller. Okay. Promote this to a variable called ref. Alright, now that we've set this, now we should be able to call it here. Oh, I didn't even need it in here. I didn't even need to create this. Oh well, let's see. Darn it. Get this. Get rift name. Darn it. Save rift name. Get, set rift name. Like this. And we just put the rift name in there. Like that. So we don't actually need this string. I mean variable, because the play controller already has it. So to do that, so whenever the okay, again I did not give it a number. I mean a name. So let me just name it new game. Settings. Credits. Exit. Any others? No, that's it. Okay. And let me see, do these have names? Resume, new game options menu. exit. Yes, they do. Okay, go back. So whenever the seeker clicks on New Game, on click New Game, randomly pick between 0, 1, 2, 3 these four maps. This is liminal vertical 1. This is 2, 3, and 4. So 1 is the derelict spaceship. Oh, 0 is this derelict spaceship. 1 is the Gothic dungeon. 2 is the abandoned warehouse. And 3 is Victorian mansion. Alright, so these are strings. So that's what's going to be passed to the controller, the player controller. And then from there I can actually set the name in the player controller. And then for pause menu, the way I do it there is you simply just set the riff name here. In fact, again, I don't need riff name. I can simply just pass the string, whereas over here I need to create the string. I need to actually write the name in. Over here I can do the same thing. No, I can't, because there's no 4 different things. It just randomly picks it from here, and whereas over here it randomly picks it as an integer and as an open level, whereas this one over here opens the level by name. This one opens the level by object reference. So I just actually pick the name of the map. So this one, in order to do, I need to give it the name manually, hard code it in, and in fact I don't even need to do this kind of stupidity as well. Simply just set rift and just automatically give it the name. How about, you know what, and it'll just automatically set it to whatever I name it, because it's already off of liminal vertigo 1, so I don't need to pass any liminal vertigo. I just simply pass the name of whatever vertigo 1 is, which is the derelict spaceship. Well, that means that this will already be set by the time we hit save game. Do I want to do it that way? Or do I want to do it, just go ahead and send the string and then do the logic and set everything that way? Hmm. Hmm, hmm, hmm. I don't know. Shoot. Shoot. How to do this? Do. How should I do this? If I do it this way, if I do it this way, that means that I move this over. I don't need both of these. I only need this one actually. Okay, if I do it this way, that means it will automatically save it. The second the seeker clicks on the new game from the main menu, so that makes sense because whenever you're in the main menu, the only time it's called is when you very first, not the only time, but the very first time it is called is when you first open the game. When the seeker first starts the game, you automatically get the main menu, right? I haven't created a loading screen yet or like a digital Phoenix logo screen yet, but eventually I will. But for now, whenever you click on the project file executable, it opens the main menu automatically, which gives you the buttons like new game and exit and credits and settings. So this is going to be the first thing the seeker sees. And if that's the case, when they click on the new game, whenever they click on open the game, Rift is not set yet. But when they click on a new game and the game picks a random map, then it'll load that map and it'll save the name of the map and the name of the Rift. So I don't need this. This is not important. Here, I can just simply send that. And that's good. I think I'll just do that instead. So this one, I do not need to get Rift name. I wonder if I can just do it this way too for the pause menu. And if that is the case, then I do not need this. So all of it will be set elsewhere. But I do need these. So on the success, we have to call this Rift. And on the fail, we have to call this Rift. And then we have to set it to the stat save Rift, where it will be saved to the save file. But other than that, so this one will be set already. Then I gotta figure out a way to do that for this without calling. Oh, I could do it right here. Duh. So again, I do not need this Rift name. So I already created the play controller, so let me go ahead and duplicate these. Okay. So this one connects here. Like that. And like that. So if this is Dalek Spaceship, let me make sure. This one is 2. 2 is the Gothic Dungeon. Just let me make sure. Save all. Open Gothic Dungeon. Yes. 3 is the Industrial Warehouse, and then 4 is the Victorian Mansion. Alright, so just making sure. So, wait. 1, derelict spaceship. 2, I was going to say Gothic Cathedral, but it looks more like a dungeon, so I'm just calling it the Rift Gothic Dungeon. And then 3 is Industrial. Instead of warehouse, just call it complex. Because it has underground and all that kind of stuff. And it's not really a warehouse. It's more like a complex with, like, I don't know, engine rooms and stuff like that. Industrial equipment. And then, of course, Liminal Vertigo 4 is... I don't know if I want to call it Victorian Mansion or Victorian Asylum. I'll just call it Victorian Mansion, because it's going to be a really big mansion. So maybe Victorian Mansion Asylum? Or just Victorian Asylum. Forget it. Just mansion. Victorian Mansion. Let me just go in here and make sure, oops, in here, make sure it's has a long enough, just like that. And the text, I gotta make sure that the text comes out as text, not string or name. So this one is already done and set. So I think I should do that for this one, like this. So after play, I don't need to create the reference. I'm just using it, cast to BP right here. In the main menu, cast to gameplay players, pause menu open, yeah. Because it's the gameplay player, the player controller that has the pause menu logic in there. So I don't want to switch this to player controller. Again, that's the pause menu, so it's the character, the player character that has it, not the controller. And the player controller handles all input stuff. Right, but for this, we do not need to set the ref name. So we do not need a... Whoops, just get rid of this. We just need to... Oh, darn it. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. For the pause menu, I should change this logic to match this. No, because then there's just so much to do. I'm going to just change... Oh, gosh, darn it. Put the ref name back. Put that back. So we're going to do it this way. Not going to do it. So I do not need to call this. Just need to set this. Oh my gosh, I think I do need a call. Oh gosh. Okay. What I'm going to send is the Rift name as a string. So set Rift name as a string. And then whatever was set here, set it here. In fact, this name should be the exact same name as this and this. So I don't need to grab it from there. I can just grab it from here. That. This is fine like this. Okay, so whenever in the pause menu, whenever the player clicks the new game, randomly picks a level, which is Vertigo 1, Vertigo 2, Vertigo 3, or Vertigo 4. So let's say it picks Vertigo 4. It passes 4 into the player controller's Rift name setting, and it also passes that whatever it's set there into the open level as a name, and it opens the level by name. Then it does all of this other stuff. Okay, so that's done. Now, what we want to do is take this set Rift name by string in here, and since we cannot use the equal sign, we have to use the matches wildcard, and oh my goodness, oh my goodness, you've got to be kidding me. You know what, we don't even need to do all that. We simply just pass it into the get name. And it'll do all of that logic. Get Rift name. So, oh jeez. Is a string. The source string and the wildcard to check is, oops, the heck, I guess I copied too many things. Liminal, Vertigo 001. Does it match this? I think I need to put it directly into a branch, not this. Does liminal vertigo 4 equal to, does it match liminal vertigo 1? No, false. So on the false, we do another match. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to do this branch like this. I'm going to remove the execution pins for that. Do another branch like this. Duplicate these two. So for the 4 different maps. So if false, check another thing. Check another. Alright. Duplicate these. Alright. So this one, this one, this one. This one like that. Alright. Alright, so that's Limino Vertigo. This one will be Limino Vertigo 2. This one is Limino Vertigo 3, and this one is Limino Vertigo 4. We just pass these into the source string like that. Alright. Hey, what's up, Nuv? Didn't see you there. Thank you for joining. How are you doing? It's going good. How's the development going? It's going good. So the last stream I was working on the key bindings, and I did fix the look situation where I was moving the mouse up and it would make the character look down, and then whenever I would move the mouse backwards, it would make the character look up. So I fixed that back, and I figured out that in the IMC mapping, or the way that the logic works in set and save here, is you have to, if you're going to map to the IMC mapping reference, which is the IMC mapping file, you have to first unmap whatever you want to, because if you just map it directly without first unmapping, it's going to make 2 copies or 3 copies or 4 copies of that, and it'll mess up the logic of what the seeker customizes the key binding to. But yeah, after that, I just went back to creating a new monster, where I got from here the Whisper, and I added it to the game, and now I'm working on, not working on the UI stuff yet, but I am working on some of it, like the controls here. Wanted to add, oh no, I already changed this to but what was the other thing I wanted to add? This here. So I want to try to add the name of the rift, so not just the total rifts, and so what rift the seeker just completed. So the only 2 places that I need to save it from is from the main menu. When you hit the new game, that gets the rift map, then I gotta get the rift name from that map. And same with the pause menu. You can directly create a new game from the pause menu. And so I created all of this in order to do all of that. What am I doing with rift name here? Oh, instead of doing all of this, decided I will just do this. And let me see if I get rid of this. And then it saves the Rift name. It just passes the Rift name from here to the Play Controllers custom event. And I don't even need this value anymore. So I will delete that. Compile that. And when it checks, let's say if it was Liminal Vertigo 4, then it checks, does Liminal Vertigo 4 match Liminal Vertigo 1? False. Then go to the next one. Does it match 2? False. Does it match 3? False. Does it match 4? True. So then we set here the text, and we hard code the name, which is in this case Victorian. What did I call it in here? We called it Victorian Mansion. So do that here, Victorian Mansion. And then from there, once this is set, it will be passed to, not this one, to the remnants screen where I created a new pin to add the name of the Rift, to display Rift. So hopefully that works. I haven't tested it yet, but let me put in all of that information first. So I'll just go back. And what should happen if it's false? If it doesn't match any of this, I guess you can just set the Rift to empty. Just don't give it a name, or what should I give it? The Eldritch Spiral. Okay, that is part of the game's lore. So if none of the rifts are, it doesn't matter if you're not in any of the rifts, you're still in the Eldritch Spiral. Okay, so, but anyways, that's not an actual rift. That's just the dimension that that creates the rifts for you to torment you. Okay, so let me set this rift, and 3 is the abandoned industrial complex. Instead of a warehouse, it's just it's got underground and stuff like that. So do that, and in fact, let me go ahead and duplicate these and duplicate it again, so we can put this up here. And for Liminal Vertigo 2, that will be the Gothic Dungeon instead of Gothic Cathedral, which is what the asset pack is. It's actually from a cathedral, but when I set it up, it looks like a dungeon, so I was like, okay, I'll just call it Gothic Dungeon. And then this one is the Derelict Spaceship. Okay, so those are hard-coded in, and simply just call get rift name. In here, it is passing the rift. I wonder if it should do that. Is that how I should set it up? set rift, and then get rift, then pass it into the rift. I think that's it, yeah. That's how I want to set it up. Because transition to remnants. Just wonder if that... So in here, I need to actually call get rift name. Function. Like that. And this is pretty bad because I don't actually have the... Darn it. So I don't actually call it from here. I call it from here. So that means I don't even need to call it from here, because it's already going to be called from whenever you click on new game from either the main menu or the pause menu. It'll call it by itself from here and pass the not that one, from here, from the pause menu. It is only needed for the pause menu, but that'll set everything up. So with the main menu, it'll automatically set the rift here so that it can be passed in here. But with the pause menu, it'll have to go through this to set the rift. Right there, just like it's setting the rift here. And I think that's it. Let's see if this works. I'm going to test it in here. Alright, let me just wait for the monster. Just pick up, that's my dynamic inventory control. So the monster spawned. Okay, you hear the monster roar. Alright, so he's in here. See how fast is the monster? It's not that fast. If I pick up that card, I can successfully escape. Where is this monster? Did I really not make the monster fast? Huh. Maybe the monster got stuck. That's weird. Oh! Okay, I guess the monster got stuck, so that's a bug. I wonder how I'm gonna fix that. But let's see if it gets the... It didn't add the rift. Darn it. It didn't add the rift name, like Abandoned Industrial Complex, Victorian Mansion. I need to... How do I think you know what? What I didn't do, I think, is actually set the... I gotta set the actual binding to it. Yeah, right now it just says text empty, so I gotta set it to rift, display rift. So let's see if that works. And we gotta test it again. Let's see if this works. Wait for the monster. Hopefully I get the new monster. Don't know. And it's the beast. Let me click on that. Click on that. I heard the monster roar. She's coming from somewhere. Oh, there he is. Let me see if I can... Does he get bugged out too, or does he continue to chase? Oh! Yes. Okay. No, I don't know why, but he's faster. He caught up to the Seeker. Let me see. Oh no, it still didn't show. Wonder why. Wonder what's going on. So, do I have to get the rift name? Huh. Okay, so rift is set here. Rift name is set here. Rift here. Well, not rift name, just rift. Alright, so rift is set here. Got the rift here. Play controller. Get rift name is here. And the pause in here, it just automatically saves depending on which one it picks. But over here, you have to go through all of this logic and get the actual rift name. Let me just, instead of using that, I was just directly use the, don't need to set the rift name. In fact, we don't even need this rift name setting. Oops. Looks like everything will just be directly done here. Oh, what did I do? I deleted everything. Wanted to move it over. What is this? Gets the index. Alright, let's try it this way. See if this works. Dun, 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 dun. Saves. Passes this. If it is Limino Vertigo 1, then it's true. Set it to derelict spaceship. But if not, then does it equal to 2? If it's true, set to Gothic Dungeon. But if not, is it equal to Limino Vertigo 3? True, abandoned industrial complex. But if not, false. Is it Limino Vertigo 4? True, the Victorian Mansion. If not, just set it to Eldritch Spiral. But the only place that needs to call this is here in the pause menu. And other than that, whenever we start the game, we click the new game button. It picks a random integer and whether it's 0, 1, 2, or 3 will determine which map level. And if we get Vertigo 1, Derelict Spaceship. Vertigo 2, Gothic Dungeon. 3, Industrial Complex. 4, Victorian Mansion. And it should set it in the player controller itself. So, where else do I need? Not controls, but in Remnants. Let me look at this. Is this display Rift? Okay, I did that. Is a variable, yes. Roboto image volatile visible, yes, it's visible. Default wrapping, allow per character wrapping. Okay, so go back to here. Does display Rift text? In fact, this should work. So I'm not sure why it's not working. Dun, dun, dun. Well, I can close this. Maybe it has something to do with these. Maybe. So this transition to remnants should be filled. In order for it to be filled, it needs these, it needs this to be called first. And where exactly do I do that? It should be before save game. And who calls it but? So suppose I call it here, because otherwise in the actual pause menu it should have called it here. Dun-dun-dun. See. Summon a figure 1, 2, and 3. The string comes from there. Alright. And so some things I think you have to actually directly call the player controller, but let's see, because if it doesn't work that way in the pause menu, we're going to have to call it ourselves. So there are some things in here. Let me see which one. Dun, dun, dun. There's some things that you need to call from. I wonder if I need to do this on the event begin play. Even though the pause menu will call getRefName, This is interesting. Well, I guess that's another thing that is not going to work. I'd have to figure it out later, some other time. This was the same issue that this one was having. This one should have worked, though. This is a text widget. But is it? Display Rift. Instance editable. Expose on spawn. It's all there. Display Rift right here. It should have displayed the name. I don't know what else. Oh well. Let me see. I think that's about it for now. I'll work on some other stuff later, but let me see. If I go to the main menu and now it doesn't even show. Did I break something in here? If so, what? Oh, yikes. Is it all of this? Looks like the menu didn't even pop up. Did I break this menu slide? Main menu slide. It's on event construct. do. Now it shows up. So this is an industrial complex. It in the Rift name, it should show. It should show the name. I saw the monster run down this way. I need to put some numbers up here. That says like 3. This monster sees me. So if I run. Oh, I lost him. Interesting. Oh! He just came right back. But the model was all messed up. Interesting. Don't know why I did that. Okay, all the other information works, but the newly added Rift information doesn't, like the name. To access none. Yeah, this is the same. This is the same error I got with abandoned industrial complex. That's correct, though. That's the correct. It's the correct one, yet I'm not sure why it's not saving. Maybe I need to create it here. Set it in here and then pass it there. Do I need to do that? And then pass it like that. Whoops. Let me undo this. Get the name. I don't know. I set it here. And then I pass it here. Will that work that way? Dun, dun, dun. Move it here. I don't know. Isn't this just the same thing, though? Well, whatever. We will see. We will see. this here. Cut that out there and paste it here. Cut this one out. Paste it here. Connect that there. Derelict spaceship, Gothic dungeon, abandoned industrial complex, Victorian mansion. Don't know other than that. Pause menu. Should I save it here somewhere? So maybe I do need to save it. Pass it into here. The ref name there. And there. And then here it passes information and we set the rift from here. Well, we'll see if this works or not. It's the main menu. This is the pause menu. Get ref name. Oh, here's the new monster, you guys. If you didn't see the new monster, you can hear it. I just don't know where it is. No, it's not this way. Don't know where it's at. I mean, I suppose I could just try to escape by finding the cards. See if there are any cards around here. Eventually, if I get the mechanics working, I'll eventually add furniture in these rooms, like desks, and so that you can look through the desk drawers and lockers. Oh, here's one. There's one of the cards. Know if it's in somewhere. There's one all the way down there. can hear the... Oh, there's a monster. Monster is chasing. Okay, maybe not. Let's see what's up here. Nothing there. I do have 2 cards, so I just need to find the last card. I think the monster is bugged. The monster should have found me by now. So I need to fix that bug monster. Logic. The bug monster logic. Let's see. I wonder where did I skip? I skipped somewhere. I think I might have skipped the first. Yeah. So it's probably down on the first 4. But the monster itself, I think, is bugged. I did 3, or was it on 2? I don't know. Is it last card on 2? I still have to check. Because I don't think I checked here yet. I don't think I checked deck 2. Because it's so dark, you can turn off the flashlight and you can see the glow of the cards if they're here. So you hear the monster, but I don't see it. I'm guessing the monster is bugged. Sometimes. Oh, here we go. Here's the last card. Oh, it's bugged. It's in the walls. I need to fix that. Darn it. Oh my goodness. The whole point was to test the Rift Remnants, but now I can't test either because I think both the last... Whoa! Where is he? The last card and the monsters. Oh, yeah, he's bugged. I think he's too tall. He can't get up here. Yeah, it was definitely bugged. Don't know what I gotta do to fix that. Oh, darn it, it's still not showing up. Might have to... Well, I'm going to have to do a lot of research first, so I think that's it for now. Because, that is going to be... It's going to take me a while to figure out why, because it happened before. Industrial complex again. On this time on the main menu, but the last one was on the pause menu. So we'll see. But let's go ahead and finish this. or finish, more like end the stream. And whoops, this is main menu. Yeah, let's go here. Yeah, that's it for this. Not gonna be able to do anything more. If I don't even know how to fix it, I have to ask the AI chatbot. So that is it for me right now. So definitely thank you for stopping by. Thanks for watching. And I'll update you next time on if I fixed it or not. But other than that, have a good day. Bye, guys.